Hi, everyone. So this session is going to be English. We're going to go through all the different languages, hopefully today, and see where we end up with. Okay, so today I have three objectives. Um, one is to hopefully convince you that mobile is big, and if you don't have anything today on mobile, definitely do it now, as Faye mentioned earlier. And then I hope to share some best practices, strategies. So if you're just going into mobile, there's so many products today, even on mobile specific alone. How do you make sense of all of these different products, and then how to actually make a campaign successful? Okay. And then hopefully my last objective is not to kill you all by the death by PowerPoint situation. So hopefully towards the end, I'll try and wake you guys up and then get you ready for the next one. Okay. So without further ado, so like I mentioned, mobile opportunity is big. I'll show you some numbers, and hopefully by the next 3 or 4 slides, you'll be thinking, ouch, why haven't I thought about mobile? Okay. And then again, go through best practices, strategies. So the red spot is to point, right? Okay, so can you guys see this chart from behind? So what I really want to try and say here is, if you look at this line, how many of you are familiar with AOL? I guess all of you heard of AOL, right? Okay. Look how long it took them to get to 20 million users. This is like 19 quarters. 19 quarters was that? 4 years? 4 years and a bit? Almost 5 years, right? Look at Docomo. Similar situation. It was a bit better, but that was primarily because they really pushed hard in Japan. And Japan traditionally has been a mobile phone internet market. So that's been successful only in Japan. Okay. What I really want to talk about here is, look at this line here. So this is iPhone, iPod Touch, and all the iDevices that Steve Jobs has come up with. How many of you own an iPhone? Wow. Okay. Android? Okay. The Android numbers need to go up. Okay, so all that to say, if Apple really brought out a revolution, okay? They changed the whole market they changed the whole mobile content market, but more importantly, they changed the mobile advertising market. Okay, I'll go into more details later. So this is a map of global shipment of devices. Okay, if we look at where Apple was before, so Apple started here, okay, with iPhone and iPod Touch and all the other devices, okay, and it took them what, this many quarters to get to 17%, right? If you look at Android, Android started a lot later, but look at where they are now today. Within a very, very short time, they've gone to 25%. They've surpassed iPhone, and when I say iPhone, it includes all the other devices. How many of you own an iPod Touch? Okay. How about an iPad? Okay. So iPad is going to be huge. I'll show you some numbers afterwards. But all that to say, something like Android or something, if a device is really good and has the right features, when I say features, I don't mean just user features. I mean the ecosystem features. So the different pieces that allow the different players in the ecosystem to play in, that will drive significant growth. Okay. So this is Japan, specific to Japan, but I want to point this out really to show how the other markets in the world could potentially move in this direction as well. So look at this major jump here. That has really been sparked off by social. Okay. So social came in to the play, and it really spawned a huge increase in mobile usage. Look at this. Okay, so watch this space in terms of social for other markets, because that social could potentially create another spike in global mobile traffic. Faye mentioned earlier about mobile taking over PCs. Well, right at this point in next year, we expect mobile traffic to completely overshadow PC traffic. That is huge. I mean, all of us are used to PCs, using a lot of internet on PCs, right? Okay. Mobile is going to take over PC. You guys don't sound amazed by this. Okay. So, here, so this slide, my goal is to really show you, you guys are all used to spending money to promote your brand, your products, right? And traditionally, this is where, so if you guys have done some marketing in print, so what I'm trying to say here is the time spent by users, okay, on print media, let's take print media for example, this is the amount of time they spend, and look at the amount of dollars, ad dollars, that's spent on print, okay, a lot, right? What that's saying is, advertisers are spending a lot of dollars on print where the time spent is actually less. Okay. Well, what am I saying? You're overspending. Not really in that way, but you need to. You are overspending in a bit because there's a lot of waste dollars there. Okay. If you look at radio is one piece that lots of people listen to. Okay. However, the dollar spent on radio is a lot less. Okay, that's quite understandable because radio is used by a lot of drivers. Okay, so when you drive into work, or you're commuting, a lot of times you listen to radio, and the ads that you hear on radio, which probably are not too many, but the conversion for those ads shown in radio is not that effective, and so it's pretty understandable because if I was driving to work and I hear some ads, right, that's being played on radio, I would say by the time I get to work, I would have forgotten about the ad. Would you? Right? It's more an entertainment during the boring trip that you're getting to work. But after that, pretty much you switch off and you pretty much forget about the whole ad completely, right? So that's understandable. TV is another piece that a lot of dollars has been spent. Traditionally, a lot of dollars has been spent on TV, and the conversion is very difficult to quantify. Okay, but users continue to spend huge dollars on it. But then, now let's look at internet. So, internet, a lot of time spent on internet, but the aggregated spend on internet is very, very little. Okay. So what does that mean? Well, if you are able to spend all that dollar to match the time spent on ad, then the aggregated potential that you get back out of that is $50 billion. It's huge, right? Faye mentioned earlier in her talk that there's a $50 billion opportunity. Well, there you go. If you can just pull your ad spend to match the time spent on internet, then potentially you have $50 billion potential in conversion. Again, you guys don't look too amazed by this number. Okay, so we're in 2011, and we're in the year where everything is online, right? I mean, you start with iPad, all these high-end devices all going online. But look at this. This is the Razer from many, many years ago. These guys are also going online. These guys are going online in other countries like Indonesia, Thailand, where things pick up a bit slower. But the story is that everything is going online. Well, that's a huge opportunity. Probably not so much in Hong Kong, because from our data, Hong Kong is pretty much now an iPhone and Android play, and a bit of BlackBerry. But in other markets, these devices continue to drive ad potential.